Thank you for calling the Supernatural Protection Company. May I have your name, preferred pronouns, and policy number, please?
Oh, hey, yeah, there. Hey, this is John Kirby. I found this number, and I just wanted to see if this was a real thing. I wasn't quite clear on it.
Yes, this is a real thing. And did you say your name is John Kirby? Do you have a policy with us?
Policy. Yeah. One second. Let me hold on. Yeah, it's right here. 32. That looks like a pound sign. 67 Y8LP.
All right, I have your policy right here. How may I help you today?
Oh, Lord. Okay, so last night I was in the back pasture, okay, doing my usual rounds, all right? Some of the stock got out, whatever, and so I go out there, and all of a sudden there's this bright light over me. Okay, that's weird enough, right?
Yes, not a normal occurrence on, I assume, a farm?
Oh, ma'am, this is no mere farm. This is the family farm. We, of course, have the last name, of course, with the town here.
Ah, yes. Not a ma'am, but yes, I do see that your farm is registered to be located in Kirby Knob, is it?
That is correct, ma'am.
Just to clarify, I'm not a ma'am. Agents should never be referred to with potentially identifying or distinguishing information, such as gender, age, species, etc.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just a Southern man. I'm sorry about that.
It's quite all right. So you said there was a bright light?
Oh, yes, okay, yeah, there. Okay, so this bright light overhead. My horse I was on freaks out. I fall off, land on my bad knee. You know, I got that bad one, okay? And then I feel this sudden pull up into the sky. And I'm thinking, this is it. I'm going to meet the Lord, and that's it. But all of a sudden I'm in this bright white room with the same kind of light, you see?
Can you describe the light a little bit more? Is its defining feature just that it's bright, or is there a specific color to it, a sound that accompanies it, anything like that?
There was this real low hum, as I recall, and it felt warm, and I was like, oh, this is it, thank you, I'm going up to the upper room with Mama. I almost started crying, even though I was terrified. But and then the light got kind of a reddish, pinkish, bluish, whitish hue to it, and then all of a sudden I see this hand come over my face. And it wasn't no like regular hand, man. I'm sorry. Ma'am, that works the phone, I guess. Okay. Anyway, so this hand comes up over, right, and it just slowly touched the side of my face, and then, is this call being, recorded?
Yes, every call is recorded for quality assurance purposes, but no one will ever hear this who isn't directly involved with your claim.
Oh, okay. Well, just, and then it was, okay. And then this hand, like I said, it touched the side of my face, and then it moved down to my chest and just held it there. and I didn't know what to do because that just felt all kinds of strange.
Can you describe the hands? Was this a human hand, or were there any strange features that could help us identify potentially a non-human entity?
Oh, the only thing I could see was it had look like about 4 fingers. They were bluish green, maybe. It was the light, and I had fell off my horse and lifted into the air. So I'm not sure what I saw exactly, but I think they was bluish green, and there was 4 of them. Other than that, I couldn't really see too much of. I'm hoping there was a face attached to those hands and maybe up an arm too.
Are you saying there were 4 distinctive hands or 4 fingers?
Oh no, clearly, well, I don't know if there was more than 1 hand, but I did just see 1, but there were 4 fingers, yes.
All right, thank you. What happened next? Was there any additional contact, or were you made to feel unsafe in any kind of way by this hand on your chest?
Well, okay, again, I just need to make sure that this call's not going to go anywhere else, okay, except between me, you, and y'all folk.
We would never use any recording for purposes outside of giving you the best experience and service possible. That is one of our pledges, that security is of the utmost importance to us.
Okay, well, I've got something to say, okay. I have to tell you, I had the best time of my life inside of wherever I was. These folks was kind. I didn't ever see their face, but oh man, we had such a one. I just felt warm. It was a great time. They just took care of me up there. It was great. Ma'am, are you there? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say anything to get you all kinds of ruffled.
Oh, no, you are completely fine. I just want to make sure that the questions I'm asking are going to be helpful in getting to the bottom of why ever you called. I take it that this wasn't a negative experience that you are calling to report and seek some kind of compensation or the sort?
Well, as a matter of fact, I mean, I'm not really trying to blame them for what happened, but they are kind of at fault for it.
At fault for what specifically?
Well, as I said at the beginning, okay, when the light hit my horse, I fell off the horse and I twisted my bad knee badder, okay?
I see. So, while in their care, you were not harmed and perfectly safe, the lead up to this visit, let's say, did irritate an existing injury.
Oh, yes, this comes back from my days of playing football for the university. Oh, I was so wonderful on that field. But, anyway, so, what I'm just trying to say, is there any type of, like, liability or anything, something that maybe they could take care of, because it's a small town, and though we are the family of it, my funds are somewhat low at the moment, we'll say, and I could use any help that they could provide.
All right, well, let me just take a closer look at your policy and see what kind of health insurance coverings we provide to you.
That would be excellent. I can wait on hold if that's what you like.
Oh, no, it won't take more than a moment. All right, I do see here that you have some kind of accident protection. I am not sure if the specifics of this section can be extended to what I'm assuming was in the realm of an alien abduction.
According to them shows I used to watch as a kid and the stories that Grandmama used to tell, I mean, that's basically what it was, I think, right?
It does sound in line with past reports, and in this area I have seen other instances of what you have described, even though you weren't able to give too much detail on the specifics of your... Well, I suppose you were the guest. But I have seen that this is a known thing in your area. The place where things get a little bit unsure is that you were injured prior to being in their care, because it was you being startled that caused the injury, correct?
Oh, okay, I see where this is going now. This is one of those pre-consistent conditions. Yeah, I've heard of them, okay? I don't want no types of foolery on this.
My apologies. I did not mean to imply anything like that. I only meant that different circumstances can require going through different channels for this sort of thing. If the injury had taken place as they were bringing you up into their craft, and you had perhaps hit something on the way up, that would very clearly be something they are liable for. But as it wasn't something that occurred while in their care, things are a little bit more complicated in terms of how to proceed, but not whether you can get help for this.
Well, I found this here policy in the top drawer of the dresser. The dresser wasn't always mine. It belonged to my great-grandma. Her name was Mama D, okay? And she told me if I ever had anything strange happen like this, then to call y'all, okay? And she's been gone for many years, and I guess the money's running out, okay? And so I was just trying to see if they was somehow at fault. That's all.
I'll have to run this by our experts to see if they can identify exactly who this was, so that we can see if their licenses for being able to abduct in that area are up to date. There are certain agreements that townships have with these entities, such that citizens may have waived some kind of liability to injury, but more often it is that the visitors have agreed to no harm and no damage to property, things like that. So we will check in on that, but in the meantime, your policy is still active and you are absolutely covered for the injury. It'll just be a matter of, in the long run, who is responsible for payment to the hospitals and doctors.
Okay. Well, I was just hoping that this would be taken care of, and from everything you've said here today, I think that sounds like it's going to be all right.
Yes, I think everything will be able to be worked through. For your records, this claim number is 424116, and we will be in touch with the results of our investigation. In the meantime, you can give your insurance information for any doctor's visits or medical bills, and it will be taken care of.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sorry. It isn't, ma'am. Thank you, SPC, and I will keep y'all informed, all right? God bless.
Have a good day. All right. Well, I guess the first thing we need to figure out is which extraterrestrial entities operate in the vicinity of Kirby Knob. What a name for a place. Anyways, we should have records of the groups that have abduction agreements with that area. but it's worth checking to see if we've had similar reports lately, since I'm not completely sure this encounter matches the standard MO. I mean, not gonna judge what any of the involved parties is into, and given how it was described, I wouldn't be surprised if other people didn't feel the need to report similar incidents. But we still need to check, and hopefully all our records are up to date. If not, someone will need to reach out to the county just to verify whether all the permits are still up to date on their end. We definitely have a specific department for that, but it's been a while since I had a claim that dealt with any kind of paranormal government permit, and I can't quite remember the name, so I probably need to dig through the directory after this. As for the actual substance of the claim and next steps, I'm going to toss this over to the legal department, I think. Yeah, regardless of the specific events that occurred while on the craft, Mr. Kirby was injured in a way that may require some additional legal pressure when dealing with any hospital billing departments. Hopefully they won't have to fight too hard on that, but I think anyone who's ever had a medical issue knows how that crap goes. Anyway, I think that's about all I can do on this one. Well, besides trying to wipe the mental image of the specifics of what happened to John Kirby from my brain, This episode of the Supernatural Protection Company was improvised by David Mr. Iron Turvaville and Saph the Something, based on a concept from Mr. Iron. It was produced by Saph the Something, with cover art by Ash Leddy. With recent changes in the Twitterverse, we are happy to announce that we are now also on Tumblr at the SPC Podcast, as well as the new audio drama-focused Mastodon server, podvibes.co. That was very graciously set up by Nathan Lunsford of The Storage Papers. Links to both of these platforms are now in the show notes, and we encourage you to engage with us there. So, if you like the show, or have your own supernatural issues and need advice, let us know by leaving us an ask on Tumblr, or tag us on Mastodon. And check out our Patreon at patreon.com/saphthesomething for episodes a week early and additional bonus content. Leave us a review on your podcast platform of choice, and recommend us to your friends. Who knows? They may need our help.
Oh man, we had such a one. I just felt warm. It was a great time. They just took care of me up there. It was great.
I need a moment to collect myself. I could feel you going there, and I was like, oh man, this is going to be really good. I'm not 100% sure how to respond to that. Huh.
Yeah, I got you there.
Yeah.